Hi guys, how are you? For those that are passing here for the first time, my name is T and welcome to my YouTube channel. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe, hit the subscription red button below, and don't forget to like, share, and comment on the video. Viewers, welcome back guys. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you, and thank you once again. And without wasting much of your time, let me jump into the video. So in today's video, we are on part 2. If you watched my previous video where I talked about a side chick, this is the part 2. But if you haven't watched, if you're here today for the first time and you haven't watched the video that I spoke about a side chick for 6 years, please watch that video first, because it's a follow-up on that video. So you're only going to understand this video if you do watch that previous video on side chick. Okay guys, right, so let's get into the video. So last time we had stopped where I had the visitor, the strange visitor that came to my office and embarrassed me in front of my colleagues, in front of my boss, and I only came to know that this visitor was the wife. So which made me, immediately after I knew, automatically I became the side chick, because she was the wife and I was the other woman. But I didn't know about it. I had no clue whatsoever. There was nothing that prepared me to this moment. There was nothing that was done that made me think that this moment was going to come. But anyway, guys, as I'm in the midst of realizing that I'm a side chick now, the lady had to go because that was my workplace and my bosses were around, so they couldn't allow her to go, carry on like that with me, trying to beat me up and all that. But she did threaten. As she was leaving the office, she did say a lot of things, like she threatened me. She told me that, I will have to have bodyguards working, with me and things like that, because she is not going to sit back and watch me do what I did for the past. Oh, and the other thing, guys, she was so scared, because there's one question that she asked me. She asked me, do you have a child? I don't know if there were any rumors that the kid said that, I probably had a child with her husband. And I could actually see how scared she was, how her face looked like when she was asking me if I had a child. And I I was in a confused mode. That's the truth. I was in a whole confused mode. And I just, I shook my head like, no, anything to, get me out of this situation, So then she left. So I think she was kind of relieved that there was no child involved, So I was, even going home was like a mission for me. Like I said, we want to find out how everything happened after this incident. I was disturbed. I was in my own world. I'm embarrassed at work. I don't know how to face my bosses, and I don't know how to face my colleagues. And I'm thinking, where is he? Why didn't he alert me? Why didn't he tell me? Even though I didn't know, but when he came to know that the situation is gone to this level, if he cared about me, I felt he would have alerted me. He would have told me, like, there's something that that you need to know and whatever. But he did not bother to do that. So to me, he didn't care. It means to me, all the 6 years, he never cared. It was all about him. It was what, he was good. Everything was good. He was having it, whatever. He was too smart to balance both. I didn't know, but it was working for him. It wasn't working for me, So yes, I managed to go home because now everyone knew about it. So my boss had to get a driver to drop me off at home, because we were not sure whether she's by the corner or she's in people or what's going on. And I think I took some time off from work. Then I went and I stayed with my sister. I just needed to calm down. This was like something too big for me, too huge, and I really needed to find myself again, because I was like beating myself. I was like, how could I not see the red flags? Because they were red flags, guys. They were red flags. And the first red flag that I really, ignored completely was, after all this time, after all these years, this guy never mentioned anything to do with marriage. I will be lying if I say there is a day that he mistakenly mentioned that I'm going to marry you, or anything relating to that, or anything relating to us being together, whether we have married each other or not. It was never there. And I think there was another red flag as well, where this guy, he never ever slept outside home. I don't know, I just thought maybe, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, for real, I don't know what I was thinking. He never, ever, ever, for all the 6 years that we've been together, let's give him a name. Let's just call him Mr. D. Mr. D never slept outside his bedroom, outside his home. We could go somewhere. We could finish whatever we're doing at 12 midnight. Mr. D would drive home. He would drive home. And I remember very well, there were incidents, a couple of incidences where I think later, because I do know the times when I used to sleep over, but there's times as well where probably we've gone somewhere and then it's getting late, and then he would say to me, we're going to sleep here, we're going to book a hotel here, and we're going to sleep. And the hotel will get booked, and probably it's around 9 p.m. 10 p.m, 11 p.m, you'll be like, no, I'm driving home, you stay, I'll come and fetch you tomorrow. I am honestly telling you, I would actually sleep in the hotel alone. But I don't know, for me, I don't know. I never thought of it like anything else, other than he does not want to sleep in the hotel. I sleep in there alone or something. Yeah, something like that. So that should tell you that he's never slept in my house. Never. He would come, would sit, would talk, cook, eat and everything, but there was never a time that he slept over. So these are like the red flags that I kind of then, like, as I was sitting and thinking about everything that happened, like, I was beating myself, like, but girl, you didn't see this. There was a sign there. There was a sign there. There was a sign there, Then I think what she did was she was trying to find out where was I staying, because apparently she did not know where I was staying. So she was trying to find out where I was staying. When I came back, I think I took 2 days off, and then when I came back, this one day I'm going to work and I was walking. I used to stay quite close to work, so I'm walking. I actually wanted to walk on that day. Sometimes walking helps you like clear your mind. You can think and all that. So as I'm walking on the side of the road, and then there's a car that is coming, and when I turned, I saw it was him. Like, that's like 3 days or 4 days after this whole thing happened. There was nothing, there was no communication, there was nothing, absolutely zero. And he's driving slowly besides me. He's telling me to jump into the car because he wants to speak to me. I said to him, hell to the no. I do not want to talk to you. I do not want to see you. I don't know if your wife is following you or she's following me. I'm not going to get myself into the trouble that I got myself in unknowingly again. You know what, guys? This guy drove with me for like 10 minutes. I'm walking. That was like a 10-15 minutes walk. And he's driving on my side talking, trying to explain himself. But to me, there was nothing, absolutely nothing that he was going to explain that was going to resolve anything, that was going to make me feel better, that was going to forgive him. I knew that at some point I had to forgive him for my sake, but not forgive him for saying, okay, fine, you can come back into my life. Because this is what I was trying to do. He was trying to be a victim. They all do that. He was trying to be a victim, after all this. Like, oh, she's been abusing him. She's been doing this. What does that have to do with me? She's your wife, not mine. And you brought me into this whole drama because you did not tell me from the beginning that you had a wife. You kept me in the dark because of your selfish reasons. And today you want to come to me after the drama had unfolded at my workplace, embarrassed me in front of everybody, and now you want to come back and explain to me? And I must feel sorry for you that you're going through hell with her? No. Ladies, we don't do that. We do not do that. And it was a good thing that I had actually grown from the 21 naive one. I was now 26 because it was now 6 years down the line. So I had grown, I had seen life, I had matured. So, and then that whole incident also changed the whole game for me. Like it totally made me think things differently. So as I was looking at him, I was not looking at the guy that I adored for the past 6 years or the guy that I respected I was looking at the man that, you know what, lied to me. I was looking at the man that did not respect me to the point that you have a relationship with me for 6 years when he knew you had a wife. So this is how I was looking at him. I had lost everything. Okay, fine, you don't lose love immediately. I cannot come here and lie to you and say the love was gone. No, the love was there. But the question is, was that enough for me to feel sorry for him after all what he did to me? No, it was not. I had to suppress it. I had to make sure that I suppress it at that point, that it does not come anywhere near whatever was going on. So yes, I did not jump into his car. I walked and he could see that I was not going to, and it did not end there. He kept on. And I think there was a time when the wife left because apparently the wife was overseas at the time. So I don't know for 6 years that she never came back or whatever was going on, and I didn't want to, but apparently she was away. And I think when she left now, he wanted to start again, take coming back, wanting to explain himself and all that. But I said no. And I could see he was not letting me go. I did, because he was not being abusive, because he was not forcing me to do anything. So there was no point for me to get a protection order against him, So I didn't do that, He was just trying, speak to me nicely, trying to make me understand whatever he wanted me to understand. And I was like, no, I don't want to understand anything from you now. So then I just decided, and I think there was a lot going on in my life at the time, and I decided to leave the country. But 50 or 60% of the reason why I left was because of that. Because for me as well, besides all these dramas, guys, it's like every time when I go home myself, I would look back at all my time that I wasted with him and really sitting down and saying to myself, so it was not real. So whatever I was building in my head, it was never real. This is where I am right now. Do I want to be in the same space? No. Guys, you're going to forgive me. There's a child in this house who makes a lot of noise. And currently, she is on that rampant of making noise, and she's not listening to anyone who's telling her to stop making the noise. So you are going to forgive me. I was not fine. I was in a space where I was completely not myself, in as much as I wanted to be strong. So I decided to leave everything behind, and I decided to leave the country. But guys, I'm gonna end this video now, but I will tell you, this is what I will tell you. This guy followed me. I don't know what was his intention, because when I left, he did not know that I had left. But since he had a relationship with my family, somehow he managed to get hold of my number from my sister, and somehow he got to know where I was. He followed me. I'm not lying to you. He followed me all the way to where I am right now. And I spoke to him and I really told him the truth. I don't think anything is ever going to happen with us. And the fact that you are married, no matter how much love I have for you, I can never see myself. I can never ever see myself doing this. This is one of the principles that no matter what, I hold on to. Because I put myself in that woman's shoes. And I ask myself, and this was before I got married, you know, ask myself, how am I going to feel? How am I going to feel if this was done to me? So I told him, I'm like, I respect you. At that time, I had forgiven him, but I had just forgiven him and let it go. Let the 6 years just go. Yeah, so then, yeah, we ended it like that. I just told him in very good faith, like, no, go home, sort out your house, put your house in order. Put your house in order. So ladies, I think the moral of this video, because I don't just do my videos for fun, I do my videos with the hope that the one person or two people that are watching this video will derive something out of this entire video. So the moral actually of this video on my side is to mostly ladies. I know to both men and women that, it's do unto your sister what you want to be done unto you. So do good by someone, because we know that you don't want someone to treat you badly. So you treat the other person the way you want to be treated. So if you're gonna go and be in a relationship with someone's husband, how are you gonna feel one day when you get married that someone comes into a relationship with your husband? I don't think you're gonna like it. I've been there before, ask me. It's not a good place to be. You don't wanna be there. So even to you men, the same applies to you. You really honestly don't want someone to be cheating with your wife. Okay, let's not put it that far. But you got sisters, you don't want them to be treated like that, So please, let's respect ourselves. And ladies, let's love ourselves. If you love yourself, you're not going to get yourself into the situation knowingly. And if you know immediately after knowing, you're going to go. You are not going to look back. You will never look back. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I think it's even gone longer than what I expected. But enjoy your weekend, and I hope you enjoy this video as well. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and like, share, and please leave a comment in the comment box below. Your opinions, what do you think about this? Have you ever been in the same situation, and whatnot, and everything. You guys enjoy yourselves, and I really appreciate your subscriptions and your views and everything, guys, and your comments if you want to comment.